Hello and welcome to A VO's Journey. My name is Anthony Pica. This show is all about helping the new and upcoming voiceover artists grow their business and sidestep all the crazy things that I seem to step on. Well, it is Monday the 8th, and you can tell I am back in the booth. I thought I'd take a chance here. Actually, let me move this down. I thought I'd take an opportunity to actually do another recording for you from Fiverr. This is a job that I got, and you can see that I'm having this up so you can't really see the name of the person, just for privacy purposes. And then here you'll see that it's 300 words. They want to comes with a WAV file. They pre-purchase additional revisions. Now, something I do, and whether you're on Fiverr or anything else, I think it's a good practice to offer upsells. All right, upsells. And again, I think many voice actors, we don't think this way. And it was interesting because I was just on a coaching call with one of my mentor students, and we were talking about this very thing, about the mindset of business owners, and artists, and how we're artists and business owners. And a lot of times one side can take over, and 99% of the time it seems like the artist side takes over. So because of that, I think sometimes miss out on the finer points of doing business and sales. And one of the things that, I do is upcharge, and it's how I make a lot more money doing less work. Meaning, like, for example, with a revision, you know what I mean? Instead of waiting for them to purchase a revision, why don't I offer a revision, you know what I mean, as an additional charge, like an upsell, so that they can buy the revision, so that we've already got that money in that sale. And then at the same time, you know what I mean, we're making more money, and then we don't have to go on the back end and worry about revisions or anything like that. And then, of course, commercial rights and broadcast rights. You can see here they bought the broadcast rights, which means that I do buyouts. I don't do licensing like for 6 months or a year. All of my stuff is buyout. That's just the way I work personally. And this is broadcast, so this is them using this for paid advertising. So the total job here was for 300 words. It turned out to be $375. And, I wanted to kind of come on here and show you us doing this. And here you can tell, we're going to read the directions. I'm going to read this script for you. I'm going to download it. Then we're going to do the voiceover, talk a little bit about it, and let's go on your merry way. All right, so here we go. It says, hello, Antoni. They spelled my name wrong, but that's okay. Hello, Anthony. This is a script for an explainer video narration. The video is about an IT service for contractors. My client really likes the sound of the Ford commercial you have in your portfolio. Here's another thing. And I've talked about it on this channel, but I get so much feedback constantly on my demo from clients or people purchasing from me, like what they like in my demo. The Ford spot I have in my demo, which is the first spot, which is mornings aren't for everyone, coffee's on, brisk sunrise, and a cool morning, black top and green as far as the eye can see. It's where I belong. It's home, Ford, where you belong, or something like that. And, it's interesting that gets so much recognition. And I would say, as you're doing your voiceovers or as you're getting business, are people mentioning that in your voiceover? Are they mentioning they like a spot in yours? Now, I'm not saying they have to. I mean, heck, if you're making hundreds of thousands a year and no one's mentioning your demo, that's fine. I'm just saying, I noticed for me that my demo is doing its job really well. Right? Because people are constantly referencing the spots in my demo of what they want, why they liked it, etc. So it's just something to think about. Is that happening on your demo? Let's see. My client really likes the sound of your Ford commercial you have in your portfolio. The video itself has quite a happy, upbeat mood, but we need an older, more authority. I'm not going to take offense to that. They need an older authority-like voice to really speak to the target audience without killing the happy tune of the video. So now this is an interesting one, right? Because basically we haven't seen this yet. They wanted my Ford commercial, and that one is basically like, mornings aren't for everyone. Coffee's on, a brisk sunrise and a cool morning. Black top and green as far as the eye can see. It's where I belong. It's home. Ford, where you belong. That's like the commercial. And they're saying they want an upbeat, happy tune, but then they want older and authority. So they want something in the middle, I guess. And we're going to see, but let's even see what the script looks like here. All right, so we've got the script right here. And let's see, always try to make it bigger if possible. Let's go ahead and move it over some here so you can see it a little bit more. Wish I could get rid of this little section over here. I don't need that, but that's okay. So it's Oxum Explainer video script. So, we've got to make some acting decisions. So as you go into any script, and like they said, this is an explainer video, we've got to make an acting decision, right? An acting decision is where you go into this and be like, I'm going to be this way, and I'm going to be this way through the video. That's my character I'm going to use. No matter what anyone tells you, you are a character actor. That's right. You might be like, oh, Anthony, that's not true. But I firmly believe that every character, every voiceover we do, it's a character. Now, the character could be a variation of us, but one of the biggest things, the hardest lessons I had to learn in voiceover when I started was I thought I had to find my voice because everything I did still felt awkward to me. But in reality, I realized later on that I never even had that, like those types of styles of presentations. I never spoke like that. Even though it's me speaking, I never presented anything in the manner in which these people were asking. So it was this idea that I had to find my voice, when in the reality is what I needed to do was create a new variant of me as a performer and as a person. Hopefully that makes sense. And I didn't understand it. So what I had to do was continuously fight with myself. And then until I finally realized this and I let go and started to create semi-different personas, right? You know what I mean? And it was through a lot of improvisation and me trying out just doing different things. And then you could tell what happened is I put those together in a demo, and lo and behold, people really responded to it. So let's take a look at this. And they said they wanted someone of authority, someone older, but they like that forward spot, but it's upbeat. So the good idea here, I think, is to read this through before we even start a little bit. You know what I mean? It says, so you're a contractor and you're happy with the work you have today, but you also want to ensure you have work lined up for tomorrow. Contacting leads with your phone while on the job isn't always easy. So again, this is another straight, like, leading us through a thought process. So when you have scripts like this, and usually I love scripts written this way because to me, it's easier for me to tell the story when they're written this way. So as they're written this way, you know what I mean? I go through, we've got that, and logging into your lead provider's website to see the contact information can be a bit of a hassle. Still, that speed is everything. You're either racing with other contractors to contact the lead before them if you miss it altogether. Okay, so right here, they've stated the problem, right? So the first 1, 2, 3, 4 paragraphs is the stated problem. All right, now, luckily, Oxum has you covered. So now we've got a solution. Okay, we figure out this Oxum is the solution. Now they're going to talk about why Oxum is the solution. It's important, I think, when you're breaking down a script, especially when exactly, like I said, with explainer scripts or any script, you look at a lot of things are put into 3 parts. Most things are, right? And so we have them presenting a problem, them presenting the solution, and then presenting why. So let's continue here down to the why. And again, it's important because for us, that allows us to then change up our delivery for those 3 different sections, which is important for telling a story effectively. We don't want it to sound the same the whole way through, right? Because then that just sounds fake. Okay. So it says at Oxum, we automate the process of responding to a lead. We create a way to access the lead directly from your lead provider, any lead provider. So as soon as you receive your email notification from the service, it's also arrived at our software. Then we send the custom written response to the lead contact. In most cases, we do this before you even had a chance to check out the lead yourself. So now your lead doesn't have to look any further. We notify you multiple people in your company via text, email, and follow-up reminders. And we add the lead to your CRM of choice. So clearly them highlighting, and this is a point they want to make sure, like, this is a and we add the lead to your CRM of choice. Like it's an important part. Like that's a big thing on their mind. That's a benefit. All right. Then they go back to and again. And with the speed, but since there's two ands here, I'm going to make sure that I take, this and is emphasis, and this and is going to be not emphasized very much at all. More even starting down and with. So I might even try to shorten this and with the speed of modern day technology, all parties are notified within minutes. So focus on today's customer while we help line up your work for tomorrow. So at this point, now we're going into the tag. Right? Get back faster, automate operations, make more money. Contact Oxum now. So we've got our 3 parts, then we've got our tag. And because we are aware of this now, when we go to do the voiceover, we can effectively vary these. Okay? We can approach this first section as if it's more of a question. It's more of like, oh, this is the problem. All right, did you realize this? We all know this, right? This is the problem. Gosh. Then we can be like, hey, Oxum, that's the answer. And this is why, because of this, and because of this, and this. It's a big deal. And this is what will help you make a difference with your job. And then the tag. It's this, and it's this, and it's this. Yeah. You see what I mean? You can, if you get this set up in your mind, you can begin to even do this type of voiceover without even the words. You can do what I kind of just did, So, all right, so let's get into this. Let's see if I can make this happen, because this is a little bit of a longer script. So I want to see if I can, we'll try to see if I can get it all the way through without stopping too much. But here we go. All right. So, you're a contractor, and you're happy with the work you have today, but you also want to ensure you have work lined up for tomorrow. Contacting leads with your phone while on the job isn't always easy, and logging into your lead providers, so I said longing, go back, and logging into your lead provider's website to see the contact information can be a bit of a hassle. All right, I'm going to stop there. Do you notice how I went into, again, it's like, did you know this? And we know this. And this, right? We know this is the challenge. I'm going into that. I'm making it overemphasized in that sort of style because it's the problem. This is the problem. And this is the problem. And we know this is the problem. Do you know what I mean? So it's like I'm telling the story underneath the story. Not only is the words telling a story, but I'm also, the way I'm emphasizing this part is telling a story. So now we're going on this next part right here. Still, you know that speed is everything. You're either racing with other contractors to contact that lead before them, or you miss it altogether. At that point, right, now we're going to go to the next section. Luckily, Oxum has you covered, right? So now it's the authority part. You know how they said they wanted older authority? This first part is the problem. Oh, it's horrible. Oh, it's awful. Now it's, yes, we got you covered. All right, so now I'm going to go into, luckily, Oxum has you covered. At Oxum, we automate the process of responding to a lead. We created a way to access the lead directly from your lead provider, any lead provider. So you notice I'm stopping there to show you. So when they do that, you could tell that's an emphasis. They didn't put anything here. I mean, they put a exclamation part, right? But it wasn't in parentheses or anything. But I could tell they just said from your lead provider, any lead provider. I mean, clearly, by them repeating it there, that is extra, right? So this is a good, mindset to think you've got to emphasize that differently. All right. So at this point, now we're going to go into this next section. So as soon as you receive your email notification from the service, it has also arrived at our software. Then we send you custom written response to the lead contact. In most cases, we do this before you even had a chance to check out the lead yourself. So now your lead doesn't have to look any further. We notify you or multiple people in your company via text, email, and follow-up reminders. And we add the lead to your CRM of choice. And with the speed of modern-day technology, all parties are notified within minutes. So focus on today's customer while we help line up your work for tomorrow. I'm going to stop it there because so in my mind, as I was going through, it made sense because as they were presenting the solution, now that final line there, that final sentence, that was like, so focus on today's customer while we help line up your work tomorrow. That's like the lead into the tag. This is actually really well written. I mean, the honest truth is, we don't get stuff that's always well written. We have to do what we have. We have to do the best with what we have. This is actually written very nicely to where you can follow, what's going on here. So now we're going to go into the tag. Oops, let me get in here. Trying to start. Okay, so tag is get back faster, automate operations, make more money. Contact Oxum now. Now, what I'm going to do just for good measure is I'm going to do it again. Sometimes when I have a piece that's over 150 words, I don't do 2 takes, but sometimes I'll do a couple of takes on the tag. All right, so let me do another different take on the tag. Get back faster, automate operations, make more money. Contact Oxum now. This is a strange one, and I mean, the overall, because you can tell when they said what they said, it makes sense about this kind of confusion in here because the Ford commercial is a certain way, but this one is upbeat a little bit, right? Because it definitely has to show differences. Now, they could come back and say, we don't like the higher pitch parts of it, where I would actually go back and they do that. I'm a weirdo in this way, but I'll go back and say, hey, I think you're wrong. Now, I have to listen back to it because the higher pitches in this one, it gives that range of understanding the 3 separate parts plus the tag. And now you don't need completely higher ranges. I might have gone too much higher, but definitely I think it helps. Now, as you can tell, I went ahead and I've recorded this. I'm going to hit, now I know you can't see, but I've got in my booth, I've got a wireless keyboard, my wireless mouse, the microphone, and of course, right now you're looking at me and you could see on the screen, my screen. That's all I have in here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hit my B, the B key on my keyboard because that's what I have put my rack on, which goes through noise reduction, mouth clicks, all kind, different things like that. So I'm going to hit B. So I just hit that and you're going to notice it starts as applying effects rack. So you can see that it does it pretty quickly. And what I'm going to do then is I will listen back to it. All right. And might go through there and determine whether I want to take out breaths or so. And then, of course, if anything needs to change. But at this point, you know what I mean? For me, what I would normally do is I would listen back to it, take out breaths, deliver it. That's really the process. And of course, this is taking a lot longer because we're doing it together. But that's really the process, and, that's $175. So here, you know what I mean? I cap it at -2. I might raise it just a teeny bit to see. I'm going to go in like this. And what I normally like to do, and what's interesting is I don't actually have I lowered the volume a little bit there so I can actually take, what I do is I take I copy a piece of room tone that I've reduced the volume, and then I come back here and I'll go ahead and start taking out some of the breaths. Now, somebody asked me, because sometimes I'll leave in breaths and they'll be like, hey, how did you determine which breaths to leave in? All right. And honestly, when I'm looking through my audio, like now I just took some away, I'll look and see, okay, do I want, like for example, this might be a good place to leave in a breath. But what I'll do with the breath is I'll take it and I'll reduce it. The reason why I'm leaving this in is because the breath is actually connected kind of nicely. All right. And at the same time, we want to breathe. I mean, we want to show, especially in an explainer video or something like this that's a little longer than a shorter commercial. See, I'm going to leave this breath in, but I'm going to reduce it. I'm not going to leave it that high. All right. Now this one I'm going to go ahead and get rid of. That was with copy and paste, right? I just pasted that. This one, I'm going to actually reduce this so I don't, do the whole thing. Here is clearly something I'm going to reduce. Let's see. Here is something that I'm going to paste something there. And here I have something like that. Now I can also go through here and just do where I can reduce the volume as well. Now, of course, I'm on Adobe Audition. So, that's something that's easy for me. I'm literally just going through here. And the reason why I'm not pasting all of them is because my paste has a little, okay, so like here, right here, I'm actually going to go ahead and leave this breath. And again, my criteria for leaving breaths is very many things, but it's usually, if it's in a flow and I can lower the breath actually makes me sound even less robotic too, right? It makes me sound more real. It makes the piece flow. It makes people, their ears naturally listen to it more. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and reduce that as well, but keep it. But here I'm going to go ahead and get rid of all of that. Here, I'm going to go ahead and paste something. And the reason why I'm pasting in some places and reducing in other places is if I want to keep that distance. You know what I mean? When I'm pasting, it's reducing the distance in between them. So that way I can go here. I think these were the different tags. And then I'm going to come here and just hit my Z key, which is my silence. Just get rid of that. All right, so we have this. And now what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and listen back to it. And I think because of the way, let me see if I can figure this out. I think if I turn this on, I'm not quite sure how to do it, but I might have to go back and switch put the audio in there so you can hear it. But a lot of times you can't hear it correctly. Oh, let me see if this works. Okay. All right, let's see. Is it? So, you're a contractor and you're happy with the work you have today, but you also want to ensure you have work lined up for tomorrow. Contacting leads with your phone while on the job isn't always easy, and logging into your lead provider's website to see the contact information can be a bit of a hassle. Still, you know that speed is everything. You're either racing with other contractors to contact that lead before them, or you miss it altogether. Luckily, Oxum has you covered. At Oxum, we automate the process of responding to a lead. We created a way to access the lead directly from your lead provider. Any lead provider. So, as soon as you receive your email notification from the service, it has also arrived at our software. Then we send you custom written response to the lead contact. In most cases, we do this before you even had a chance to check out. Okay, so I'm trying to make this where what you're seeing me doing, by the way, on the side is loop, and it was a way because the last time we did and I haven't listened back to it, so I hope this worked. But I was trying to find a way to loop through the sound correctly from here because last time I did this or whatever, it wasn't looping the sound through. You heard kind of like a muffled speaker pickup. But anyways, what we heard in here was in most cases we do this before you even had a chance to check out the lead yourself. So now, I know you can't hear because I switched that off. Then we send you custom written response to the. So you definitely heard on this part. So as soon as you receive your email notification from the service, I think I didn't say. I said then we send your custom written. That's what I messed up on. Then we send you custom. I said then we send you custom instead of then we send your. So I'm going to come back in here and just simply. Then we send your custom written response to the lead contact. That's how I do kind of my punch and roll modification. I just kind of come in here and do that. I'm going to go back. You notice I immediately push the B button. And okay, so now we're going to back it up here. I'm going to pull this up. I hope this is working. I'm going to go ahead and click this. And then, so as soon as you receive your email notification from the service, it has also arrived at our software. Then we send your custom written response to the lead contact. In most cases, we do this before you even had a chance to check out the lead yourself. So now your lead doesn't have to look any further. We notify you or multiple people in your company via text, email, and follow-up reminders. And we add the lead to your CRM of choice. And with the speed of modern-day technology, all parties are notified within minutes. So focus on today's customer while we help line up your work for tomorrow. Get back faster. Automate operations. Make more money. Contact Oxum now. Get back faster. Automate operations. Make more money. Contact Oxum now. All right. Well, there you go. That's basically it. And I'm gonna go back and make sure that that audio came through so you could hear it. But you could tell. I mean, I needed to change one section. I did. I'm pretty happy for it. And my thoughts, I think that possibly they could come back and say to me, "Hey, we don't like how high pitched your voice is. Maybe you make it a little bit a lower pitch." I will tell you, it has become more difficult for me to switch between me teaching, like while I'm teaching in videos like this, and then switch back to my lower voice. Like it gets challenging. You know what I mean? So it can be but they could come back. However, as I listen back to it, and hopefully you did too, I do like the changes, and I hope you could hear it too. I like the changes from the problem to the solution to why it was a solution, and then back to the tag. I could definitely, in my mind, I could hear the changes. So that, that means hopefully the people who are listening will hear the change too, and we want that change. All right, you guys, thank you so much. If you get a chance, please like, subscribe. I would be very thankful. Also, if you haven't heard, we do a weekly meeting called Fiverr Elite. We meet on Wednesdays at 5 p.m. Eastern, Saturdays at 10 a.m. Eastern, and this is where we get together. It doesn't matter if you're just beginning or you're just you've been doing this for a little while, but we come together, help each other with our businesses, help grow through analytics, through reviews, through gig reviews on Fiverr. We do voice acting coaching similar to this, marketing. It's really a fantastic group. We almost have 100 people. I think we're up to 98 people of today, and it's and all the videos are archived too. So in case you miss one, you can always see it. There'll be a link below for you to join, or you can head over to A VO's Journey. Love to have you. But anyways, you guys have a wonderful, wonderful day. Thank you for watching. I know this video was a little bit longer, but hopefully it was super helpful. And I will talk to you later. All right. Bye-bye.